That's about 6 inches.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What?
They're still ringing.
What? Smells like wood. For all intents and purposes, this is your backbone. Like I said, you would have 3 different options: a 2-foot, which would be a foot less than this big, and then a 4-foot, which would be longer than that. Now we just got to make some shelves to go in with it. All right, I think we're gonna have to change the table saw blades around. Gotta stay hydrated for work tomorrow. Alright, so now we're gonna make the shelves. So I'm gonna call it, I think, customizable shelving, because you can pick 3 different sizes and then from 3 different shelf options. So you can get whatever shelf you want for whatever size you want. I'm gonna do, again, a small centered, a wide centered, and then an off centered that you'll be able to flip side to side. You'll see. We're getting close. Trust me.
I've been trusting you.
Power. I forgot to turn it off after I changed it. It's got a brain. It's got to think for a second. Make sure you're not already touching it.
Ooh.
There we go. See the gap here? There's no gap there. Burn much? Tuesday. All right, so there's our shelves. Oh, I guess. What I was thinking.
Well, clearly
Sawdust makes me
not.
thirsty. I need another beer. Cut our shelves to length. See if this new dust collection works. I haven't used it yet. I just finished it. Fuck it. Dust is good. Alright, so the long shelves are going to be our off-center shelves. So we'll put the notch to go in the backbone off to the side, and then you can either have it, well here, I'll show you right here. So you'll be able to do it off to the side over here, or if you flip it over, it'll be off to the side over here. Or the shorter ones will sit in the middle. So again, you could pick either you want a bunch of little ones, or a little one, then a big one, then a little one, then a big one, or an off-center, and an off-center, or off-center, or all off-centered, or whatever the fuck you want.
But I have a question.
Within reason.
The off-centered's not gonna like tip or anything?
With any luck, no. Again, if your tolerances are good, like right now, even without, because this needs the same thing in the here, so it'll sit in and over. But even right now, if you put this over here, it fit in earlier. Give me a second. There it is. So even now, it's not going to go anywhere. Like, there will be no actual attachment. It'll just be in there with the close tolerance and gravity.
In there like swimwear.
I like it. Or sand. Like, it'll be really in there. And you won't even get it out. Ever. Well, no, you should be able to get it out. A couple of showers, you'll be fine. Alright. So, we need to make some 4-inch wide notches.
Do you just go with your first, like, idea?
Not usually. I mean, it is kind of amazing how often, like, the first rendition I make of something is, like, the best one. And then we'll go through a bunch of other iterations just to end up back at that first one. But, I mean, it makes sense. Like, you can't really know what everything's going to look like until you try a bunch of shit. So I usually like to throw a whole bunch of options out there. Like, even down to, like, oh, you're making something with feet. Here's 5 different feet options. And fuck me, 5 different feet options. I mean, what if you didn't like one? What if you weren't sure about one, but it was your only option? Until you saw 2 and you're like, oh, fuck, that's my other option? Fuck yeah, I want one. Mm-hmm. Or the other way around, like 2 is way better than 1. What the fuck was 1? One never knows.
You probably killed it in woodshop, though.
I did. I was like, me and my wife were actually just talking about that the other day. She found my yearbook. And I told her, I was like, oh, I think by 10th grade, like in 9th grade, you had to take, you know, your usual math, science, whatever bullshit. And then you had like 3 or 4 electives you could take. And I was like, woodshop 2, metal 1. And then by the next year, like, I'd already taken all the wood shops by the 2nd year of high school. So 3rd year, I was just a TA. They just let me do whatever.
First of all, it's taken. And second of all, they had high school back in 1950s.
Not that old. 50s. Of course they had high school in the 50s. 30s, on the other hand. They probably didn't do too much back then. They were just struggling to live.
Surviving.
Yeah, that was right after the Great Depression. And then World War II started.
Bad time for people.
I don't know. If you ask people that are still alive from back then, I think they'd rather go back then. Which I'm starting to feel like the 90s, like, you have no idea. What year were you born? Like,
I'm not even telling you.
Alright, well, to put a slot like this in with a table, so I have to do it standing up. Can't do it like this because it would be rounded in this way. So we're going to do it standing up, but this one's so small that to do it like this is a wee bit unsafe, where it could just, if you look from this side, your blade's over here, and you don't even have this past the side, so it really would want to just go.
Ooh.
So that's why I put this on this, so it'll hold it in place.
Huh.
Brilliant!
So smart!
Yeah, I've always been pretty good at figuring out what's gonna go wrong.
You measured the height of that?
No, I got it close, I think. Close enough that we'll try it and then adjust from there.
Wow.
I guess in theory, I don't know. 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 I don't know That wasn't funny. Hey, Wilbur. I probably loosened it up a little bit. Well, actually, that's probably perfect because now when you sand everything, it'll loosen up just a little bit. That shelf, I'd probably stand on that.
That's not going nowhere.
So that's your small centered shelf. We'll make the wide and an offset and throw them on there. While everything's off. Does the body good? I just want everyone to know that part of every order is beer money.
Hydrate or dihydrate, right?
Right. Don't want to dihydrate. That's a bad one. Alright, so you've got your small center, your wide center, and your off center. And then, like I said, this one, you could buy 4 of that and go this way, and that way, and this way, and that way. Alright, so yesterday we got to here. We're gonna throw some profiles and such on. I'm gonna clip the corners. Throw some chamfers on this bitch. Been a while. So how big do we want to clip the corners?
Big.
Big. No, not big. Maybe 1.5 inches. I guess they can't just set it for all of them. Fantastic. Front edge. Front edge on.
Wow. Do you think that's science or geography? Geometry. What? No. What is it?
It's wood. I don't know. That's...
The shape one when...
Well, it's definitely geometry.
Geometry.
But science is what's holding it together.
So I was right.
Physics and shit.
Physics and shit.
Damn it. Can't see my mark. There's all our corners clapped. So we just have to profile those. And this for some reason I want to measure. say hi, Vince.
What are you measuring for?
Where to start and stop my profile. Because I like to do things a different way. You know, it looks more interesting than just being the same way the whole way. You'll see.
Trust you?
Trust me. Gotta make some noise. So we'll sand it up, find somewhere to mount it so you can see what it actually looks like. Windy in here.
My ears are still ringing.
What? All right. Let's go see if we can find a stud.
I'm looking at one.
Oh, it didn't beep. Oh, it's gone now. It's ready. Screws? We're not actually going to need this stud finder because it's exposed. Can't miss this one. Though it even says stud. In case you didn't know.
I think that was the opposite way.
Studless?
The studded.
Might need a longer screw. Alright, so you find a stud, you mount it. I mean, it should be fairly easy to get it straight, but another thing that wouldn't be too bad to have. One of these and one of these. Level shows you want this one. You want it between the thingies.
What's the other ones though?
Well, this one would be for this way. This one would be for this way.
Oh. Thanks, Dad.
Alright, so you mount that to your wall, wherever it is you want it. And then you take your shelves and put them wherever you want them. So there's your small center. Large center. And your two off centers, so you could go this way and or this way with the same shelf. That's just it, flipped over. Right there. Not going anywhere. Ooh. That one might not be in the whole way. Yeah, that one just wasn't in the whole way.
Cool.
And then I think I'm going to go with, so you have the 3 different options size-wise. And then I guess maybe I'll have, because these I made 6 inches deep. These I made 8 inches, and I don't really have a reasoning behind that. So maybe we can just do, you know, there's the small center, large center, and then off center, and then you can choose between a shallow and a deep. There's a bunch of options. But
and how's that gonna be like?
I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna do it on the website yet, but we'll figure it out. But then here's the 3 different size backbones. So you have your large has 5 slots for 5 shelves, medium has 4 slots for 4 shelves, and the small is 3 shelves. And then it's 2 foot, 3 foot, and 4 foot. That one that we put up was the medium, so that's 3 foot. I mean, it should be plenty of room to put stuff between. That's also what this one is. I guess you wouldn't be able to get like a liquor bottle in there, but that's if you do the offset ones. You got all the room here, just less room there. And then again, you know, we'll figure out how to get it on there with. We'll probably have a couple of standard wood options with pricings there, and then beyond that, if you want something exotic that we don't have on there, like I said, we can get it. We'll just have to price it for you. So I figured I'd go ahead and show the list of the available woods from the place that we're going to. And I mean, there's fucking everything. Those are all your domestics. I don't think anybody's ordering pine, knotty or otherwise. I want some sassafras. Isn't that what root beer is made from? Mm-hmm. The sassafras root, and then your exotics. So there's everything, you know, from Bacote to canary to ebony, lacewood, mahogany, Osage. They got Osage, Paduke, Peruvian walnut. I don't know what that looks. Pink ivory. Rosewood, Bolivian, Indian, and Honduran. Sapelli, Wenge, Zebra wood. Pretty sure I saw a purple heart somewhere. It would be silly not to have it. Oh, there it is, purple heart. So yeah, whatever you want, we can make it in it. Here, I actually had a guy that wanted something. Where the hell is it? This Zeracote wood is fucking $60 a board foot. $60 fucking dollars for a square foot of wood. Like, that blew my mind when I found that. I told him no, and he's like, "Oh, I knew it was expensive." I was like, "Well, I'm glad you knew," because not only had I never heard of it, to find out $60 fucking dollars a board foot, that's ridiculous. It must be like grown on the back of an elderly man that lives on the top of a mountain. Like, the fuck.
That's where my mind goes. Yeah. Not inflation or China.
No, that's not inflation. That's tough to get. Like, they gotta track that motherfucker down and then fucking cut it down. Like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. You're gonna have to grow another tree." "Oh, we're growing this tree for here."
Okay, I think we're done.